another locked dumpster. Hello, man up there?
The streets will
Indeed,
flow
a
red once
skull.
more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Cindy the
fucking
fucking
skull.
skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
We just want to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive. Don't use that tone with me. I am the law. Let's start with your blood type and go from there. Yep. When we last tested. Let's start with your blood type and go from there.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your partner, pig man. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
By the way, she puts the brush aside. Do you want to know anything about the recent murder? You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
She nods disdainfully toward the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to us on.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to have to stop you. This is hooliganism. Actually, you don't have an opinion. I lied. I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
You know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant.
Fuck off.
Fucko.
Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Okay, we might just try and knock on it until the cleaning lady lets us in, like Kuno told us. But let's go talk to this negotiator.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends a hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L, what does the L stand for?
Peyton, my maiden name.
Don't shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
She is unfazed by your rudeness, probably chalking it up to local custom.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Okay.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
What do you tell me about this lynching? Do you know something about these tattoos?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Why? How is looking at the photo tied to the lynching?
Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
What can you tell me about the lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
Resident badge back to you.
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember my partner told you I had recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing. It's possible. After a night of heavy drinking, I lost all my memory.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Then I'll find it somehow. How do I negotiate my way out of this?
Feelings will guide the way.
But ma'am, I need to know about this lynching. It's very important to me. It's the case.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
I understand this is not like a side case for me. This is my main thing. You have so much else. I have only this. This is the entirety of my
She's
existence.
silent. The wind flaps the
So,
sail
for example, a
above her.
home somewhere. I only have
Officer.
this case. I don't remember anything except this lynching. There's only this coat and this lynching. This case is what I'll be...
You know, I don't mean to sound cold, but if you want something, you have to give something back. More.
You're doing it. Despite your own best efforts, you're still getting in. Somehow.
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something tangible.
Like what?
The Union is conducting drug trade out of the harbour. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RCM either. Perhaps it's time to look into it. Or you can find your badge, which honestly seems like a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Jesus from him, madam.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is...
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
What do you propose that we don't... I'm sorry for putting you in a situation. I'll handle it.
I'm sure you will, Detective.
What do you propose that we don't investigate a drug?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take.
Never hear that.
What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly.
Okay.
But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the
We
lynching.
could just find my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically. by the time you locate
Time is
it.
of the essence.
You could request a new
Let's
one
get
from
back
the
to it
station.
then.
You're back. Good.
Okay,
What
tell
can
me
I
about
help
the
you
alleged
with?
drop jack.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Shit, yeah, baby. It's the party pipeline. Why would you want to shut that down?
Why are you trying to shut down the party pipeline? Let me get this straight. The materials come from through the terminal?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
The lorries.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Gives you a knowing look.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Snow Queen's lorry is stranded. What proof do you have? The Union's involved. We already have some suspicion that one of the drivers was present at the lynching. Okay, I made up my mind about the smuggling investigation.
Yes?
We'll take this case, probe the driver, see what yields.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout.
Hopefully one
Hopefully,
knows something.
it may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
It seems smart. I need to get me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality. No, but please, of course,
Okay.
of course.
Thanks, boat babe. I got some extra points. Can't pump that up any higher. Level up logic. And after doing that, I should be able to
You
read.
take the legal
Try to
documents
find a
out of the
loophole in the
envelope.
deal.
But again, the document doesn't seem to have any hidden clause.
Damn. Let's go knock on the door.
A sturdy... This could be a way into the door rattles again. But this time, you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
Need to talk to a young man in this building.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door. With the
Are you
smoker.
there? I've checked the backyard, but I
You
couldn't
already
get in
were
that
there.
way.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business
Can
here.
you tell we're a real policeman?
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just Faint, sweeping sounds inside. You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
Ma'am, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter. I may be forced to refer you to the potential prosecution.
I know my rights, and don't you mom me, boy.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Hold your horses. I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
Yay! We got in! Yo! New area! Hello?
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
You sneezed into a dirty handkerchief.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this day.
First, I'm police officer, then ask you to open the door. Are you sure you don't want to see my badge? Are you alright? Should I call a doctor? This won't take long. I have a few questions.
Go ahead then. What do you want?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the
I'm
residence.
looking for the parents of a kid named Kuno.
The waiters are at the end of this hallway, right next to the communal bathroom.
I'm looking for
The waiters
I'm looking for
are at the end.
Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
No, you don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me his name was Martin Martinez.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Tim Jambrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, smoking on the balcony?
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Looks the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there.
Points east.
He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the
I have a few
balcony.
more questions about the apartment.
Ask away,
Can you tell me
policeman.
about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. She leaves an old lady.
That's all.
No.
Who are you?
I'm no one.
Do you
Just-
live here?
It's barely big.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard
Alright, thanks,
on
I'm
the
off. Gravito, the firing squad for the rich. The note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Reality Associates. The sea below looks cold and wintry grey.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony
Up your
floor.
sides for warmth.
A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Face.
Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
Plan?
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted
Look
down.
around yourself.
It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the
Chill.
room.
Someone has torn down the wall. No grocery list on the table and checks. There's some money and some nose affair.
What happened here?
You can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, Nothing of great value
Except the
remains
stuff in
here.
the fridge.
Indeed.
What about this door? Oh, balcony. Cash money. No, we got plastic container. Here's the bottle.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
We cops don't like closed doors or having unreachable perches or people having the high ground on us.
Yeah, you got me now. The dynamic between us has completely changed.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel
Is that
oil.
heavy fuel oil?
Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo.
Catch you later. What's in the box? $2. Heck yeah. Another tarp's flaps in the wind, forgotten hammers and nails rust. Door is locked, you can't get in. At this blue door. Blue door we can go through. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Poor Holmes' labouring jeans. Poor Holmes' labouring jeans. Although these jeans look worn, the wearer must have had an ass given to them by the mighty Lord himself. That beautiful peach-shaped man ass has imprinted itself so deep in the fabric that you can't but wonder if wearing them would start moulding your own vague rear side into a more shapely form as well. Electrochemistry. God ass, you've got low reaction speed. Fine with what we got on. This tune will be the death of my channel, 'cause it's very easy. Ah, another door. Apartment number 8, the mailbox is overflowing. Take the 25 centaroos. Postcard of Boogie Street, 46. Drawer number 9 is locked.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the
10. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Padlock.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Okay. Let's get those chain cutters in my hand.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers, the iconography of communism. In
Back
other
to the symbol
words,
closer.
the star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal
Why
measure.
white?
Because white is the color of peace.
Why is it upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old, also some gone. Gone is the glory of hope. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain.
Okay. Youch. Box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smell of laundry detergent. Got extra logic glasses. Oh. They do look pretty cool.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
We've got lots of logic though. Leave. Back. What's over here? Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita. Your heartbeat quickens, palms go sweaty. The siren of amphetamine is singing you her song.
Looks like we found where Kira's dad lives.
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
Snip. The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side. Don't let the quiet fool you. The beast is in there somewhere, ready to rip you to shreds with a broken bottle.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick.
Yeah, I don't really want to go in there yet. Hey, door that just opens. The communal bathroom. The shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Bathroom money. So we'll knock on these doors.
You hear someone. The walking stops
No
abruptly,
one comes to the door.
you can feel tension on the other side.
Knock.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Who is this? Demands a female voice, very intense. This is the police. Open up. Do I have to open the door? You hear the clattering of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge. Do you have a warrant? I'm not obliged to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that up.
Later then, entering this door seems a physical challenge. It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
True. Literally any reason.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn
Can we
number
cut
on
the
the
padlock?
board says, "What are you doing?" You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not working.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut.
He's just trying to help. Don't take
Don't
it.
you think that's what I'm
bad.
trying to do?
Perhaps you should give it another go.
Kim pointed out the shackle. Let's get some more morale back.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be.
After you, detective.
After you, detective. Flamboyant poster of a white star. Real lithography. We got a knight. We got a bullet. We got a lounge jacket. Lounge jacket conceptualization. Oh, looking schmick now. Tools. We had picked up a bullet. Book of critical theory on monstrosities of the capital and such. Photo of revolutionaries posing with guns.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov. Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Kraz Marzov?
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
How fitting.
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm. There aren't many communists around. No, hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here? To find out whether you're Krasmazov?
I have to investigate all possibilities. No, it's purely confidential.
Sure it is.
Just humor me for a moment. Don't you see the resemblance?
Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns. But it seems like old Kras here didn't drink nearly as much as you.
How do you know? The bust is probably just romanticizing depiction anyway. Maybe this bust shows him before he started drinking. Yeah, I have a problem with alcohol.
You do, but that's not the point. The point is, he doesn't look like you.
How do you know? The bust probably...
Very well. Let's look for identity. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you?
Can't tell. I can't see my face.
All right. But here's the big thing. Krasmazov looks Samaran, and you don't.
You're right, that's something we definitely don't have in common.
Good, so you're not him.
I might look like him, but I know why. You're right, I'm not.
It's decided. You...
I am not him. Loves to pose with their guns. I got some tools in hand if I'm gonna go in this door. Hey. Glossy erotica cover on the wall, wrinkled with moisture. Extra buck, 10.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw. Score, it's right there, baby. Today's your lucky day.
I've located a psychoactive substance on this table.
Good. Confiscate it.
The minuscule amount of amphetamine doesn't interest the lieutenant in the slightest. He listens instead to something in the other room.
Take the speech from the
You
table.
pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Don't wait. Celebrate. Blast that shit right here. Take inventory of it. Blast it before you face the beast. Deruita.
Maybe we save game. Speed bubble. It stinks with something sour.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka. Some towels and a duvet. Some socks even. Something underneath there is breathing. It doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing
Put
out.
this amount. Can I check the line? We can take some pants for better composure. Yep.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka. Something. It's not too
Send
late.
your hands towards the pile.
Your hand touches a greasy duvet, covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath
The
it.
blanket off.
You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol, and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side. We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. The almshouse would turn him down. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'll be dead in a few.
The pile of blankets grunts miserably.
Well, judging by the color of his hair,
Say yes.
The lieutenant's right. The man's unwashed hair bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. The light from the window falls into his half-open eyes. There's still plenty to be scared of here, just not what you thought.
Doesn't look like he's gonna fucking up anytime soon.
no, it really doesn't. This looks very hard to recover from. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but at least he won't be beating his son.
Yeah.
A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty, and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake. His half-open eyes give him the look of a dead man, but he is in there and not enjoying himself.
He's not. He's gonna sleep it off.
Look, he's trying to communicate.
Silence, only heat. He wouldn't be too thrilled to learn you stole his stash. It was the last thing keeping him functional.
Kim, is this man even
I'm afraid
alive?
it is.
A groan rises from the man's throat,
Okay.
dry like a death
Trying to
rattle.
perceive what he's trying
He's
to
trying
say.
to say something. The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pigs, he says. He's trying to call you pigs.
You're awake. He's awake.
His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth.
At least he got to say his piece.
Thanks, Kuno's dad, for nothing. We might be going too much longer. But we'll go see what's out on this balcony first. A big box full of cigarette butts and wires. Where's that blue? Money! We got the 20 real we need to stay the night. Does rosemary roam? Sorry, someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Just a door. Nothing for you here right now.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the
Yeah.
evening.
He looks around.
We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? The smoker on the balcony.
Suddenly, he's a
Sounds
little worried.
good.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a... Remember, tomorrow, he's probably gone for today.
So apartment 30. Voices from in singing along to a buoyant dance track. I'm gonna talk to the drivers. Go talk to Kuno. Yeah, we gotta talk to Kuno, the guys in the whirling rags, as well as the lorry drivers. But that will be saved for next week. Next time we play Disco Elysium. I've been uploading episodes daily, Monday to Friday, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to catch, if you missed any of the previous episodes. And this song is going to play us out. We could go back in and mess with their curse. But until next time, so long. We're gonna save the game. We can't even name it anything, but we're gonna go talk to Kuno, Crowdy, Hardy Boys, and the cab drivers. Have a good day, everyone.